Welcome to the Artist Corner, where we showcase talented artists and groups throughout the tri-state area. I'm Nicole Henderson.
And I'm DJ Tremoney. Today we'll take a detailed look at a few of the performers we've had as guests and learn more about their story.
First, we welcome A Story Told to the stage, interviewed by Kirby Gibbs.
Could you introduce yourselves for me, please?
I'm Alex.
I'm Josh.
Zach.
Joe.
And tell me a little bit about how you guys got started.
Well, we got started in 2013, so just a couple years ago. We were all playing in different bands, and those bands kind of broke up, and we all wanted to do something more with music, and it just made sense that we started our own band. So we put out a few EPs, played a bunch of shows, and here we are now. So
what would you say is your favorite thing about performing?
I think just being able to show people all the hard work that we put into the music and our practices, and seeing people get into the music whenever we're out there performing.
And do you perform at different venues?
Yeah.
All around? So what's your favorite type of venue to perform at?
I think we like all the venues. I mean, the small ones are great because then you can get that real personal connection with people. But then, you get the bigger stage, bigger crowds, normally better sound systems and all that. I don't know. We just enjoy playing everywhere, pretty much.
Everywhere. So do you guys have any artists or bands that you look up to or kind of model your style after?
yeah, a lot of us grew up on pop punk, so bands like Blink-182, I don't know, Sum 41, but more recently, even like Taylor Swift.
A band called Paris, The Dangerous Summer.
The Dangerous Summer.
Some indie bands.
Yeah.
So just a
bit of
wide
everything.
variety of everything.
Joe listens to a lot of heavy music, and we just try to incorporate all of it into our music.
We all kind of have like different musical backgrounds, so it all comes together.
So where do you usually draw the inspiration for the songs that you guys write?
Lyrically, you can take that one.
Lyrically, I mean, it's really kind of a mix of two things. I mean, one is kind of just everyday experiences personally, and it's more on like a conversational level, so listeners can relate to it personally instead of trying to make something that sounds exactly like what somebody wants to hear. So for us, it's a little more personal, like a conversation, so it's more relatable.
Okay, so now I want you guys to just walk me through the typical practice, and if you have any fun stories, be sure to include those too.
Well, it normally starts with me getting there first and setting up everyone's instruments.
And he's showing up 2 hours later.
And then everyone else gets there about 2 hours later.
But we have a good practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty focused when it comes to practice. We know why we're there, and we just get it done. So,
Yeah.
Run through the set 2 or 3 times,
yeah.
pick apart what we need to do,
Call
and
each other
focus
out
on.
if it needs to happen.
And then goof around probably way too much. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So you guys have been touring around West Virginia, right?
Correct.
What's that been like so far?
It's been really fun. We've been all over the state and played to a bunch of different crowds and a ton of different venues, and it's just been crazy to go to these different places and get positive feedback, since we're from Charleston, and to go to, like, you say Beckley or Parkersburg, and people to know your songs and you don't even know them, it's really weird.
Yeah.
But it's like super humbling,
Makes it worth it.
Yeah.
Like people actually care.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh, I can imagine. So are any of you involved in anything outside of music, any unique things?
Unique things.
Neat things. Well,
Work in the band. That's my life.
Alex is actually big into photography,
Yeah.
and he actually incorporates that into the band, and he does a lot of our photos, a lot of our videos.
It works out because we do music videos and album art and stuff. It works out. We don't have to pay a ton of money to get somebody else to do it. We all just kind of keep it within the band.
Yeah,
So,
in-house.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
A Story Told is a rock band from Charleston who are currently touring throughout West Virginia.
You can follow them on facebook.com/astorytoldband or at astorytoldband.com. Their EP, What Got Me Here, is now available on iTunes.
A Story Told performs their single, The Hardest Part.
This song is called The Hardest Part.
thought that we were better off if we were moving on. The hardest part is knowing this will never happen again. 'Cause I loved you, but you acting. I don't wanna miss that. I don't wanna miss this opportunity to change the course of history. For you and me, baby. Guess I should've known better than this. I thought that we were better off if we were moving on. Now you're walking out the door. I guess I should've known better than this. I thought that we were better off if we were moving on. And now you're walking out the door. And now you're walking out the door. So take a step back and look what you did to me. The hardest part is knowing this will never happen again. I love you, you're acting. I don't wanna miss that. I don't wanna miss that. I don't wanna miss this opportunity to change the course of history. Ain't it funny how we said we'll never change? Ain't it funny how we said we'll never change? Ain't it funny how we said we'll never change? Ain't it funny how we said we'll never change? Thank you.
Up next, we welcome the poet Nathan Hedrick to the stage, interviewed by Sabrina Hurst.
When I was a kid, as soon as I could read, I loved to read. I liked words, I liked the way that you could express yourself with them, and I liked the way that you could make an impression on other people with them. So I started writing songs and stories when I was probably 6 or 7, and that just kind of changed as I grew older, as my life matured, and I wanted to express myself in different ways, so I took to rhythm and poetry.
Awesome. Where do you draw your inspiration for the poetry?
I just life. I try to rap about things I see, things I feel. I just kind of just always talk to myself, keep a little internal dialogue going with some rhymes. That way I can, when I have something that I want to be able to talk about, I've got that rhythm going.
Great. Now, are there any poets that inspire you or that you look up to or that has maybe even molded your poetry style?
Marshall Mathers and Rumi, which is a weird combination. Marshall Mathers is obviously Eminem, and Rumi is he's an Islamic mystic. He wrote a lot of poetry that was very not specific to any religion, but just kind of esoteric and mystical. So I kind of try to blend the two and just talk about me. I like T.S. Eliot also. He has a poem, Hollow Men. That's probably my favorite. It was in a book that I read once. I don't remember the name of the book, but it was a really good poem that I just felt had a lot of emotion behind it. I like the way that he expressed himself in metaphors that, while generic, were also very specific to a certain type of feeling. So that's kind of what I try to do in my writing, is express the way I feel in a way that certain people that might feel the same way can relate to and understand either the metaphors or little things like that in it.
Nathan is a spoken word poet from Pritchard, West Virginia.
You can follow him on Facebook.com/Nathan Hedrick.
Nathan performs his poem, Mr. America.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Nathan, and I'm grateful for every day spent living on God's green earth. I drive a Honda, and sure, it's not the hottest, but it'll probably never die, so the trade-off's got to be worth it. I grew up on a cattle farm, and I bet you that big rock I played on was better than that bullcrap PlayStation you lost days on. That's a double entendre. I'm sorry, Mama. I'll try to handle my Neanderthal problems with a little more conscience and not talk like that when ladies are watching. I'm a caveman with a game plan, but I'd invent fire just so I could watch the flames fan. Don't try to slow my roll. What do you think this is, a skate band? I'll paint a verbal mural like I'm saying with a spray can. Speaking graffiti that's just bound to leave you feeling like you're dreaming. So you open your eyes and realize the night is fleeting. And you can't believe that I'm leaving, and you're left to try to decipher the symbols that are hidden in my meaning. I'll freestyle like I was swimming the Ohio, screaming YOLO Brolo with CK and the Loco Lobo. And I know that you hope that I'd stroke in slow-mo, but when I hit a rhythm, there's no telling where my flow will go. I default to it, like I was in the auto zone. Mr. America, I'm just here to drop bombs and go home. I cast my ballot with this rap ballad, though it don't matter because I don't vote. Not when politicians are always talking nonsense. I'll filibuster rhyme on the Congress floor. See, I've seen a would-be king being ignored while he pushes a dust mop across a basketball court. Well, I got a crown for George, lyrically spitting the image of one cast in thorns. Exhorting the gory story, the son restoring glory. According to the Father's will, he's baptized in the Jordan. Blessed with perfection, he fasted for 40 and returned from the desert like a cistern, outpouring with love. He looked like a dove being born. See, I saw a baby bird hatch this morning. He broke out of his shell and said, hello, earth. See, I know what I am and I know what I'm worth, and this scene's got me thinking about the world and our lifestyles and the way that we're sinking because we live our lives behind windows and desks, pushing our pencils to make our paychecks. Meanwhile, outside, a new life awaits. The real world stands just beyond society's gates. They think that they own us and we're convinced that they're right. So screwed up we can't understand our own plight when they ship us off to their education stations, promising liberation for our impoverished imaginations. But the only thing that they deliver is a social domestication tailor-made and designated for a wayward generation. Because the music that we're making points to things they're always faking, and our hopes and dreams are taken so that they can keep on banking on the status quo, the social norms, the deals they make behind closed doors. It's not citizens they make laws for, but CEOs that make their goods offshore. And I know this will cause friction. You may consider it my sedition, because I'm tired of the addiction, the blind hunger for addition caused by selfishness and corporate greed. We're convinced to buy things that we don't need. The common man is forced to bleed for the lives of luxury they choose to lead. Walmart workers pulling 39 hours so that those with stocks can hold the power. The employees are forced in fear to cower because their medical coverage is to take a shower. And you're a radical if you choose to rebel against the people that create this hell. The representatives that don't represent us well and treat our rights like things that they can sell to McDonald's, Walmart, Wall Street, the Fed. Just look around and use your head. Listen to the things they've said that want to bleed you dry until you're dead. But I'm not a product of the Industrial Revolution or a partaker in their corporate convolution. And we as people are left with one solution, begin a glorious, industrious restitution of the American dream over the American scheme. To recognize that most of us are on the same team and to fight for things that we collectively deem as worthy of sacrificing the things that we think that we need. God, country, family, friends. That's the line of my loyalty ends. I'm going to fight for empire, global government until the Son of Man returns to that kingdom's heaven sent. So for now, I'll throw my lot in with Appalachia. There's one mountaineer that is coming at you, and if we're coming to blows, you can bet I can match you because you've never met a peasant man with this type of stature.
Next, we welcome Empire to Embers to the stage, interviewed by Sabrina Hurst.
Well, actually, that started with Dawn and I actually posted something on the internet, and actually these two guys came in a little bit later on the message board and said, hey, we're down to join a band. Dawn and I were just looking to get together and play some acoustic stuff, and here we are, a metal band.
What's your favorite thing about performing?
I like the energy from the crowds. It's a lot of fun. You know, people get into it and they jump and they sometimes sing along and they laugh at us because we can't stay serious. So it's a good time.
I like the lights.
He likes the pretty
I
lights.
like the lights and they look pretty.
Yeah.
Now, are there any artists or other bands that you look up to that maybe help influence?
Misfits,
that's a given.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine would be Atreyu.
How about people? Any inspirational people that helped you to become who you guys are today as a band?
That's a tough one.
That is. That's a hard question. I had a lot of really good musicians growing up that I got a chance to play with. They helped a lot. It's hard to just name names. There's so many of them.
Yeah.
But
mine's just take the 80s, the 80s metal bands.
Yeah.
It's more than my style. So.
All right. Where do you guys usually draw your inspiration for your songs?
the emo guys in the group, pretty much.
Woody.
They get all emotional when they.
That's me.
They write them.
I do a lot of the writing. And then
a lot of anger.
We've worked together for quite a few years, so kind of just blends in.
Actually, to go back to the first question, really, like, I've played with Dawn in bands before.
And
I've watched Ryan in other bands. I've played in other bands from throughout the years. I always wanted to play in a band with him. And then when I saw his post about he was playing with Don, I was like, hey Don, da 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 da. And then I was like, me and Woody have been playing still for like 10 years. So.
And he and I and Woody had tried to play together for a little while, and things didn't pan out. It's just there's a small music scene, so everybody kind of ends up playing with each other at one point in time.
Okay, now just from observing, I mean, we have Ryan, Dustin, Josh, Dawn, and Kevin here. You guys seem like a very fun, energetic group. What is a basic practice day like for you guys?
A lot of sarcasm.
Yeah. Ruthless.
We try to see who can
get
get mad first, I guess.
Who can punch who first.
Yeah. Our insults get more insulting as the day goes on, and we just try to push that to the point to where somebody's going to get upset, but it never happens. We just know each other that well.
We try.
Okay, and feel free if you guys want to share a story. I mean, it doesn't even have to be appropriate because we're good here. But is there something you guys want to share of that happens comical within your daily practice?
Just telling each other how bad they are.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
A lot of that. A lot of inappropriate
We'll
comments.
play a song and we'll be like, all right, let's do that one again. This time, Woody take out the suck. Or this time, Charmin, we named him Charmin.
Yeah.
In practice, so therefore, it's what we say, because he takes the most crap from us. So
He's the new guy, even though we didn't really have a cohesive band. He went and played gigs until he came along, and he's such a natural fit. But he is technically the new guy, so he catches a lot of crap.
I do.
So.
It's true.
Charmin.
But, I mean, it's great playing with these guys. I do take so much crap from them, but I came out of the gate, I just picked everything up and just started, just really clicked with these guys.
And when you don't, we let you know.
Take it well.
Notice the twinge in his voice. He's going to be the first one to go postal.
Yeah.
Empire to Embers is a metal band from Huntington.
You can follow them on Reverb Nation and Facebook at Empire to Embers.
Empire to Embers performs their single, Flood.
The sunlight fades away. The night cracks our sky. Eyes, but I say, this is what I am for. The power cleared away. All I have to know is the price we pay. I've been waiting for the rain to come wash us away. I've been wishing for the sun, 'cause all I see is gray. With every drop of sunlight, with every drop of blood, until I know this could be the end. This is what I am for. The power clear the way. Let the storm rise away. Let me wash away. I've been waiting for the rain to come wash us away. Come wash us away. I've been wishing for the sun, 'cause all I see is gray. I've been waiting for the rain to come wash us away. Come wash us away. I've been wishing for the sun, 'cause all I see is gray.
Next, we welcome Dylan Reese to the stage, interviewed by Kirby Gibbs.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started.
Well, I've been playing music since I was about 11 years old. Had a lot of influence from my dad. He was a big supporter of me playing music and everything, and taught me guitar. And then from then on, I just kind of picked up recording and writing by the age of 13, and I've been playing music ever since. I'm now 23. I'm a registered nurse at Charleston Area Medical Center, and I graduated from Marshall in 2009.
So as far as your style and everything, you're pretty diverse. And which genre is your favorite to perform?
I don't know. I mean, I've got a lot of different influences. I like a lot of Motown, soul kind of stuff, just oldie but goodie. That's just always what I've been the best at, I suppose. So.
And what would you say is your favorite thing about performing?
I don't know. I just like to have fun. Like, I really don't care if people think I'm bad or good. I just get up there and have a blast, as much fun as I can have. So.
And do you have any artists that you kind of look up to or kind of style everything after?
Yeah, John Mayer's my man crush. Jason Mraz is another one, and I love like Stevie Wonder and Michael Jackson, just classic artists.
Where do you usually draw the inspiration for the songs that you write?
I actually wrote a song. One of the songs you'll hear is called "Begging for Change," and it's actually I was sitting at home, and it was right after I graduated from Marshall, and I was missing one of the people that I got to eat lunch with and got to know really well on Marshall's campus, and he's an elderly guy named Buddy, and he'll come and eat at the dining hall with everybody, and I actually wrote the song for him because we used to talk about how the world was so messed up, and people, you know, just if one person just made a change, it would just make the whole difference and everything, and he just, all he did was come into the Marshall dining hall and just sit down and look for someone to eat with, and I made the choice to sit with him, and from talking to him, I just ended up writing a song about him. So
that's pretty awesome.
Dylan is a singer and songwriter from Gallipolis, Ohio. You can follow him on Facebook and YouTube at Dylan Reese.
Dylan performs his single, Begging for Change.
Hope is a girl on the corner begging for quarters that nobody has to give away. And Faith lost her mother and father, but nobody bothered to say it shouldn't have to be this way. We're all begging for some kind of change. I know we all have our demons to face, waiting for someone else to say it shouldn't have to be this way. We are stronger than the chains we will break. A world that's free of hate and love to take its place. We're all begging for some kind of change. No, no, shouldn't have to be this way. Buddy sits alone in the diner, looking for anyone to talk to, but they're all too afraid to say hey. Jessie keeps her Bible by her bed. She wakes me at night when she prays. It shouldn't have to be this way. We're all begging for some kind of change. I know we all have our demons to face, waiting for someone else to say it shouldn't have to be this way. We are stronger than the chains we will break. A world that's free of hate, and love to take its place. We're all begging for some kind of change. No, no, it shouldn't have to be this way.
Up next, we welcome Holly and the Guy to the stage, interviewed by Abby Pritchard.
Well, my name's Holly and this is Seth, and we've been playing together for about since
last summer.
Yeah, since this past summer. We just started out jamming and we meshed, so we've just been playing together since. Yeah.
All right, and then what's your guys' favorite thing about playing in a band?
The music's the best thing. I mean, and
Yeah.
getting to collaborate with other musicians, you know.
Pretty much. We play pretty much every day together, so we're really into music and like playing the rush of playing in front of people.
Awesome. Okay, and then did you have any groups that you guys looked up to or that inspired you?
We are both really influenced by Michael Jackson. I'd say like Stevie Wonder.
The classics like Aretha Franklin, and we like bluesy soul stuff.
Yeah.
And we try to strip it down to acoustic and try to capture some of that.
Yeah. And then what's like practice like for you guys? Are there any funny stories or anything like that you guys like to share?
Well, usually her daughter is running around and trying to knock over mic stands and grab the mic and scream into it. So if we can handle that, we can pretty much handle on stage pretty well.
Yeah. She has really good rhythm, so she'll take like a shaker and like go jam with the drummer. We have a drummer and a bass player, but they couldn't make it today.
How old's your daughter?
She will be 1 year on the 13th.
Aw, okay.
Yeah.
Holly and the Guy is a local acoustic band from Huntington, West Virginia. You can follow them on Facebook and SoundCloud at Holly and the Guy.
Holly and the Guy perform their single, Cheating Ways.
Don't play me for a fool, I've been here before. I've seen this kind of hurt, been knocked to the floor. Look me in the eyes and tell me the damn truth. Am I wasting my time crying over you? I just can't believe you thought I'd be fine, that another woman is taking what's mine. And all I want is to be free, but your cheating ways keep tearing a hole in me. I said all I want is to be free, but your cheating ways keep tearing a hole in me. This time I won't stay, I'm not taking you back. My heart has gone frigid and my heart has gone black. Begging me won't work, you can't get up off your knees. Your threats don't mean a thing, just empty words on a breeze. I just can't believe you thought I'd be fine, that another woman is taking what's mine. And all I want is to be free, but your cheating ways keep tearing a hole in me. be free, but your cheating ways keep tearing a hole in me. You're never gonna taste my lips again, never smell the sand on my skin. Seeing as how you've lost your place, get your shit, get out of my face. Oh, all I want is to be free, but your cheating ways keep tearing a hole in me. Said all I want is to be free, but your cheating ways keep tearing a hole in me.
Said all I want is to be free, but your cheating ways keep tearing a hole in me.
Said all I want is to be free, but your cheating ways keep tearing a hole in me.
Next, we welcome Hero to the stage, interviewed by Cam Motes.
For starters, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started rapping?
I'm 21 years old, born in Philadelphia. Moved here. I was going into first grade, and my whole family was musically inclined. They all pretty much love music. My cousin's Lil Mo. She's actually like a multi-million-dollar artist, and I was just see all my older brothers rapping and stuff, and I would try it, and then I'd do like 2 bars thinking I was nice, and then they'd kick me out the room. So I would go in the other room, practice a little bit, and I was terrible when I first started. And I just kept going, got discouraged for a little bit, quit, picked it back up, and still doing it 14 years strong, so.
That sounds pretty good. It's nice to hear. Can you tell us what's the biggest difference for you so far as a solo artist compared to when you were a part of Third Degree?
More writing, a lot more writing. I have to think most of it by myself now. Being on stage alone is one of the big things, because I always have somebody look to my side, make sure I was doing the right thing. Now I'm alone, but the biggest part is probably the writing. It's way more writing.
All righty. Okay, and what would you say is your favorite thing about performing?
Other than traveling, probably my fans. Just hearing people say your words back to you because they know what you're actually the song. So probably that, actually seeing people who know your songs.
Okay. And did you ever have any rap artists that you looked up to or that you modeled your style after or anything like that?
Not really. It was the hottest rapper out, that's who I paid attention to. So whoever was doing the best, that's who I was like, okay, maybe try this a little bit and try that a little bit. So pretty much whoever was on top, that's who I was trying to not be like, but make my style a little bit like.
Okay. Okay, and you mentioned writing earlier. Where do you usually draw the inspiration for the songs you write?
I write poetry, so it's mostly my poetry is kind of like my music. Whatever I'm going through at the time, that's what I write about. Or if I hear a nice instrumental, what kind of mood that instrumental puts me in, that's what I write to. So
okay.
I have different ways.
Alrighty. And what's been one of the biggest challenges for you as a rap artist in an area that's typically more associated with country music?
Actually getting people to listen to your music, give it a chance. I don't know, I haven't really had any problems. I'm from Southern West Virginia, so that's it's hard. But once you get them to actually listen to it, most of them like it. So that's probably the hardest thing, is giving them to give you a chance.
Okay. And what kind of events do you usually participate or perform in?
Well, I live in Morgantown, so I live on a college campus. So most of the time it's either college events or the clubs and stuff. I performed at Multifest a couple times, so now I'm just trying to get bigger and more older crowds and stuff now.
Hero is a rap artist from Morgantown, West Virginia. You can follow him on SoundCloud at HeroKid-1 or on Twitter at Hero_so_foreign and on Facebook.
Hero performs his single, Grounded.
Class Act Entertainment. Hero. Ever since I was a young boy, I could remember a youngin' was grinding. Cause all my homies had them J's on, but I couldn't afford it, so I was grinding. I told y'all homies I'm grinding. I'm grinding. I told them haters I'm grinding. I'm grinding. I told y'all haters I'm grinding. I'm grinding. Told y'all haters I'm grinding. Hero. Look, I was chilling at the bottom, now I'm chilling at the top. Cause I told y'all haters I'm grinding. Hate, gonna hate. I swear them haters that you see me shine. Hate that the boy got fly whips. Money is the motive I comply with. When you see me at the mall, I had it all. Window shopping, wasn't buying it. Lights, camera, action when I step up in the club. Shout out to DJ, always show me love. Came up and got J's now. Eating good, getting paid now. Legs getting laid now. What y'all haters gotta say now? But I can finally say it now that I'm doing this my way now. Steaks and shrimp dinner. Your homie steady winning, I'm grinding. I'm gonna party at the Hamptons, get my mama a mansion, I'm grinding. I told them haters, ever since I was a young boy, could remember the youngin' was grinding. Cause all my homies had them J's on and I couldn't afford it, so I was grinding. I told them haters I'm grinding. I'm grinding. I told them haters I'm grinding. I'm grinding. I told them haters I'm grinding. While y'all sleeping, I'm grinding. I'm grinding.
Next, we welcome Everyone Leaves to the stage, interviewed by Sabrina Hurst.
I'm Jake.
I'm Aubrey.
I'm Chase. I'm Dakota.
I'm also Jake.
Awesome. Now go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself and how you guys got started.
I was in an older band that kind of broke up. Our singer left for the Air Force, and I wanted to keep playing music. So I took like half of my old band, and we found Dakota because he went to high school with one of our guitarists. And then everybody left that band, and Dakota and I found other people, and now we're this band.
Awesome. What's your favorite thing about performing?
Not hurting myself. I tend to do that a lot, so when it doesn't happen, it's pretty cool. But it's also nice when people are like really into the music. That's probably my favorite part, is people like knowing words and like finger pointing. That's pretty cool.
I like to break stuff and yell in people's faces. That's pretty much my favorite.
I like when I don't break my own things. That's my favorite part. That seems to happen a lot.
I like to break his things.
Yeah.
Yes.
He likes to break my stuff. My very first show, he jumped off the top of my bass drum and shattered a fluorescent light bulb over top of both of our heads.
Oh, that was so scary.
I was so confused. There was a loud popping noise, and then there was white stuff everywhere.
Suddenly there was glass in my feet. It was
terrible.
What?
It's really bad.
Well, I mean, while you're breaking stuff or not trying to break anything, what's maybe your favorite type of venue to perform at?
There's kind of this debate between like us and a lot of the bands we're friends with that are on the road about like what's better, floor shows or stage shows. Most of the floor shows that we've played, we played a floor show in an abandoned gun store in Racine, Wisconsin, called The Showcase, which is gone now. But like that's super echoey, but I like the energy. Like I like the people right here, but I don't like that most floor spaces generally seem to be less acoustically sound. Like you can't hear anything. But like stage shows, you get kind of this disconnect from the crowd if it's more than like that high. I like floor way more than stage. I don't know what you guys like.
I like something like a little bit up. Just like not too much of a stage, but like enough that I don't feel like I need to be. I'm kind of awkward. I don't like, if I'm too close to people, I'm afraid that they're gonna like
I like being close
break
to
my
people.
stuff.
I love shows with a pretty nice sized stage, but like a really small room, like there's not a lot of people. Yeah. Those
shows for sure.
Always great.
All right, great. Now, do you have any artists or bands that you look up to, or maybe that you draw inspiration from?
Head North. Head North. Head North is all of our inspiration and everything we've ever been or want to be.
Okay. Now, whenever you're writing your songs, where do you draw your inspiration from? Where do you acquire the information?
Ryan Harris mostly.
No, so sad. So sad.
I'm usually happy.
Most of it for me,
I don't fit in.
I write all the lyrics. He wrote his one part in the second song we played, but other than that, I write everything. And it's just from like having a crappy life. I graduated college, and everyone always told me like, graduate college and then you got it. And I graduated college, and I was like, so what am I supposed to have now? Like, what? I don't know any more about what I want to do. So like a lot of our songs are about that and about like dealing with things everybody deals with, like people dying and stuff.
Okay, so you elaborate your feelings through that. That's awesome. Now, do you feel like you connect with your fans through your lyrics?
Yeah, I think the thing that I've heard most in like texts and messages from people is that like a couple of the songs are just people think they're relatable, which is cool. They're about dealing with like feeling like you disappointed your parents and about dealing with losing people, whether it's people leaving or people, dying. But yeah, I think, we get a lot of people saying this stuff's relatable, so that's really cool. I think that's like the goal.
Yeah, that's definitely a great way to connect with your fan base, definitely. Now, you guys seem like a fun group, I will admit. So what's practice usually like for you?
Not
fun.
Oh,
fun.
Dad usually beats us. Dad usually beats us. Don't talk. And we just play the music and we
I usually
are
drink
quiet
like 6
otherwise.
cups of coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've usually just woken up and just like stumbled down in my pajamas and just like sit down, take the bass out, and that's it. That's all of practice.
We practice at like 11 a.m. on Sundays because it's the only time we can all have off, and it's literally just like no singing. We don't use a PA.
Don't even look at
It's
each
just
other.
no singing. Song ends.
Try not to.
Next song. And we get through the set, and then we talk about what we're going to do in the next run through, and then run another 20 minutes of no talking.
And then we go get food, and that's it.
Sometimes. And then we
So
all
we
eat.
go to work.
Sometimes some
Then
of
we
us
eat and we all go to work.
And
yeah.
then canes.
And then work.
Okay, so you guys seem to have really good organization there. Is there maybe just a funny story or event that ever happened at practice? I mean, I'm hearing a few Snickers.
It's all food. Nothing interesting ever happens in practice. It's all food. We go eat dumb stuff. Today, we took a 20-minute longer route on the way here because he found out that one of the 2 McDonald's left in America that serve the McDonald's pizza is on the way here. So we went there and we all bought pizza, and it was
so not great.
It was worth it.
4 out of 10.
It was worth it.
4 out of 10, but worth the
I've been
experience.
saying it's 1 to 2 points above average.
4 out of 10, just like everything non-breakfast on their menu.
Everything you would
It's about the
expect
same
from
level.
McDonald's.
Yes, everything you would expect. Worth the experience though. Check it off the list, man.
Okay, and as the female of the group, like you hold a big role, girl.
Do
like, You do. Trying to keep them in order. What's that like?
She's mom.
I mom pretty hard. I have my fanny pack. It's not on right now. I usually would be fanny packed up with like Band-Aids and earplugs and
'Cause we hurt
everything
ourselves.
everybody needs because everybody hurts themselves constantly. But also, I mean, like, I think we all just kind of take care of each other. It's mom and dad, and then they're there. You know.
All right, that's awesome.
Something like that.
Now,
something like that.
Okay. Well, you all released your new EP, The Great and Terrible. That was Tuesday, actually. Now, what was that like recording?
Super fun.
Naps.
He took a lot of naps.
And
Okay.
guitar.
Yeah, it's a lot of. We recorded with a guy named Jack Campitelli, and he's kind of an older '80s guy.
He's so great.
And Jack is very. Our problem with studios. This is the second release we've done through Jack, and we'd been to a bunch of studios before that. And my problem is I'm not super good at describing things, so I want it to sound like this, but like with peanut butter. And but Jack just
That's
goes in.
real.
Oh yeah, no, totally, and does it. That's exactly what I meant. And so it's cool working with somebody that like can take the dumb things that come out of my mouth and
just most of the time.
make them into smart things that we put on a record. It's the best received thing we've ever put out, which is cool.
The weirdest part for me was I was in the band for 2 days before we recorded it, and I had no parts written. So we all went in, and I wrote everything in like a week. It was horrible.
It turned out pretty.
It turned out good. So.
Yeah, pretty happy.
It was okay.
To be honest, pretty happy with it.
Awesome. How long have you guys been a band? I mean, not necessarily together, but...
So I have no concept of time. I have been telling everybody, we've done like 2 interviews ever before this, and I had told everybody it'd been like 3.5 years. And then, you know that time hop thing on Facebook?
Yes.
My friend Ryan sent me a screenshot of his from the day that we put out this new EP.
Okay.
And it was, we had released the first thing we ever released 2 years ago that day. So I was like a year and a half off. He and I have been in this band for 2 years since it started.
I came like 6 months after that or so.
Yeah, about 6-7 months after that. We played a couple shows with our original bassist from the other band, and he just decided he didn't want to do anything as serious as what we're doing, as time consuming. This takes up all of our time.
Yeah.
But so we've been this lineup, minus him, we've been this lineup for like 6 months. With you, we've been this lineup for like 3. Something like that.
It's almost April, right? So it'll be about 4.
Okay, yeah, it's about 4 months with this lineup, and hopefully that's the last time I have to separate that.
Everyone Leaves is an alternative rock band from Columbus, Ohio. They recently released their EP, The Great and Terrible.
You can follow them on Facebook.com/EveryoneLeavesBand or check out more of their music at everyoneleavesband.bandcamp.com.
Everyone Leaves performs their single, Hide House.
Not everything can be described in words you write. Some moments only live beneath your skin. It isn't always sadness that can lead you to the edge. Sometimes uncertainty's enough to push you in.
I know what you want to do.
I don't need you at all. I don't need anything. I don't need anything. I'm just overworking myself to show progression now. Burn out and die exhausted someday.
Like I'm trapped in my head, and I'm trapped in this house. Like I'm trapped in my skin, and I'm trapped in this house. Like I'm trapped in my head, and I'm trapped in this house.
Next, we welcome the Banshee to the stage, interviewed by Sabrina Hurst.
Please tell us about yourselves and how you guys got started.
We've been together, the group itself has been together for about 3 months. Joe and Cody come up to do the show with me today. The other two guys were busy sleeping. So,
What's your favorite thing about performing?
what's your favorite thing about performing?
Playing in front of people. I like people to see me play. You know, I haven't done it too often yet, so I'm trying to get into playing a lot more in front of people.
All right. Now, are there any bands or specific artists that you look up to?
I like Tool myself and kind of anything bassy, of course, you know, but I like a little bit of everything, actually. I mean, it's hard to not be influenced by everything out there. I mean, there's just too much access to all the music these days, you know.
All right. Now, when it comes to writing music, what are your inspirations?
Women.
Usually for everything.
Usually mean ones. And
For me, it's probably inspiration for writing music would probably be a lot of sitting at home and not having a lot to do, and music is a friend too, so you kind of make friends as you make music, you know, and they're friends that'll always be there, you know.
All right. Now, as far as venue goes, what's your favorite type of venue to perform at?
I like outdoor venues. Those
Okay.
are my favorite. Love festivals and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
I like being close to people. I like people being able to come up and, you know, fling some sweat on them or something. And, you know,
The problem with clubs is you have the lights, especially bigger clubs, is you have the lights beaming down in your eyes and you can't see anything but those lights and the monitors in front of you. So you don't know if there's one person out there, or if there's 100 people out there. So
All right. Now, as far as practice goes with you all, what's a typical day at practice like for you?
I don't know if we should say, really.
Well,
it's okay, go for it.
Just hang out, have a good time, play what we feel, kind of actually work on what we got, but we do a lot of jam and freestyle, just feeling the music, having fun, you know.
A lot of it isn't planned, you know. We got a few songs that we plan, and then we'll, you know, play something that feels good, and we can go off on a song for 10 minutes, you know. So it pretty much consists of jamming and structuring them just a little bit.
It's the best stress release out there.
that's why I love these guys, and that's, you know, why they're here with me today, is because they're improv masters. I mean, we can just, you know, get behind our instruments and just write a song.
The Banshee is a rock band from Oak Hill, West Virginia.
You can follow them on Facebook or Reverb Nation at The Banshee WV.
The Banshee performs their single titled Born to Lose.
How could I let myself fall again? How could I let another in again? Seems like by now I should learn how it ends. But once again, I'll play the fool till the bitter end. I was born to lose, so you're bound to win again.
I know this game, but I got no defense. Yeah. I was born to lose, and I think it's a sin. Lord, yeah. Born to lose to the end. Got to be more to my life than pain. More to be lost than finding a way. Lord, every day. 'Cause just when it seems the sun's gonna shine, Lord, here comes the rain. Heartache blows in like a hurricane. I was born to lose, so you're bound to win again. I know this game, but I got no defense. Yeah. I was born to lose, and I think it's a sin. Oh, yeah. Born to lose to the end. You're bound to win again. I know this game, but I've got no defense. I was born to lose, and I think it's a sin. Lord, yeah. Born to lose to the end.
Next, we welcome the Christian rock band Scarlet Hill, interviewed by Kirby Gibbs.
Well, the band got started basically when I met Rodney at church, and we were both, he played on the worship team at River Ridge in Taze Valley for many years, and I started joining, going to church there, and he and I met and got on the worship team, and it started from there.
Nice. And what kind of events do you guys usually perform at?
Well, we do a lot of, we support Celebrate Recovery, which is a program at River Ridge that it's helped people with addictions and different things. We start playing there. Also, we're going to target festivals and fairs, and also any kind of church events, special events around the area.
Nice. And what is practice generally like for you guys? Do you have any stories that you can tell us, or anything fun?
Go ahead.
Practice is usually pretty fun. After church, we usually go our separate ways, eat lunch, and then come back to Rodney's house and gear up and get ready to play. Trying to think of any fun, like it's always fun, so I'm not sure if I can think of one particular
our practices are always
story.
fun, but they're always very, we work. We don't spend a lot of time as far as wasting time. We get in and really work hard. It's really good.
It's usually like 2-3 hours.
2-3 hours
every
and
Sunday.
Sometimes it's remarkable because we can come in and in 2 hours' time have a brand new song.
That's great. So it's pretty laid back.
It is, yeah.
And what is your all's favorite thing about performing?
I say our favorite thing about performing is doing it for God, because that's
Absolutely.
our number one thing that we're trying to get across in our music. So that's the number one and most fun thing about performing.
And expression, to be able to, especially when we play in churches, and to look out and to see our words on a screen that people are reading and their hands are in the air worshiping, that's it in a nutshell.
It's a great feeling, I can imagine. Yeah. And do you have any groups that you guys look up to or model your music after?
Well, Ronnie and I have a joke between us. We think it's like Poison meets Marshall Tucker meets Rockabilly, so something like that. We not any group in particular.
No, I don't think we have one specific or particular sound. I think we're just trying to aim at an audience that, I don't know, that maybe doesn't listen to contemporary Christian a lot. Stuff that could be on the contemporary Christian radio, but isn't necessarily heard all the time. Right. It's a little bit different.
Yeah, we feel our music could be played, again, on the radio, or we could go to a tent revival and fit right in.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we feel that our music is geared toward a wide audience.
So for all age groups, definitely. Yes. And where do you usually draw inspiration for your guys' music?
Well, honestly, the inspiration definitely comes from the Bible and me reading it, and then also, honestly, life and following God and listening. I was told, everyone here in this room has heard this story, I had 3 heart attacks and heart surgery about 4 years ago, and God told me I'd be playing music for Him. And I didn't understand what He meant, but it's taken all that He's had me up to this point, and then He's given me and us these songs. And it's been a gift from God. I mean, they've just been like that, and it's been easy. It's almost scary easy. And but that's where the inspiration comes from.
Scarlet Hill is a contemporary Christian rock band from Hurricane, West Virginia.
You can follow them at facebook.com/ScarletHillWV.
Scarlet Hill performs their single, He's Coming Back.
You're the King of Kings. You're the master of everything. You're the reason that I breathe. You love me for eternity. You're the spirit inside that loves me and guides me. You're the Lord of my all. You never let me fall. I will bow at your feet on the day that we meet. He's coming back. He's coming back. He's coming back. Are you ready? He's coming back. He's coming back. He's coming back. Are you ready?
coming back. He's coming back. He's coming back. Are you ready? He's coming back. He's coming back. He's coming back. Are you ready? He's coming back. He's coming back. He's coming back. Are you ready? He's coming back. He's coming back. He's coming back. Are you ready? He's coming back. He's coming back. He's coming back. Are you ready?
Up next, we welcome country singer Nick Pennington to the stage, interviewed by Abby Pritchard.
Well, I am from a pretty small town down in southern West Virginia called Oak Hill, West Virginia. And it's not too far out from here, a couple hours. And basically, I mean, I was raised up in church my whole life, and my brothers and I and my little sister used to tour as a group, together. So, I mean, I've not had a chance at life without music in it. There's always been some kind of music in it somewhere. And then, years progressed, and we kept the group going from, elementary school all the way up through high school. And then I came up here, and they were all, I'm the oldest, so they took the year off. And then once I got up here, I kind of met up with Mountain Station. We joined together, and that's a ton of a story in itself, long story.
All right. So what's been the difference for you as a solo artist compared to when you perform with Mountain Station?
Well, with Mountain Station, we all kind of got our own parts we're doing, whatever. I normally sing tenor, which I'm not a tenor at all. But you do what you have to do. It's just supplementing where you need to go into. It's like with any kind of working machine, the tire, like with a car, and tires have their job, and the steering wheel has its job, and the motor has its job. So I mean, everybody's got their own jobs and stuff they have to do. And when you're up on stage by yourself, there's a ton of leeway, so you can kind of just let go, and you show off your vocal range a little bit more, maybe you could with a group or whatever. So
definitely. Okay. So what's your favorite thing about performing?
The crowd.
Okay.
The crowd, like putting my heart in my song, and then showing, watching everybody else feed off of it. That's a feeling no money could buy. It's the greatest feeling ever.
For sure. All right. Did you have any artists that you look up to or model your style after?
Well, it's weird. I look up to a bunch of different artists. Depending on the genre of music. I mean, I don't think you should have one certain genre you listen to. I mean, to broaden your horizons a little bit, because music's it's a universal language, truly. But I mean, I listen to Ricky Skaggs a lot. He's a bluegrass artist. But my voice, I guess, range. I mean, the style of music I play is kind of like a mixture between folky and country and bluegrass, sort of. But I kind of try to give it that. I'm really big into Ray Charles and guys like that have that southern twang. So I kind of try to throw that like a Travis Tritt kind of twang into it and stuff too. So just make it original, mainly.
For sure. Okay. So where do you draw the inspiration for the songs that you write?
Definitely my faith. I mean, and life in general. I mean, people. It's cool to hear a country song, mainstream about a girl in a truck and and everything like that. 'Cause I mean, that's what it's having fun, But I think to really touch someone's heart, they want to hear something that they understand. And not everybody lives that bonfire lifestyle. So when you can hear something and it speaks to you, whatever your situation may be, that's how you know you wrote a good song.
What kind of events do you usually participate or perform in?
I really love doing charity events because I
Mhm.
mean, like I said, the whole universal language thing. I mean, you know, whether it be a cancer event or an autism walk, or we did an MS thing, a
Mhm.
multiple sclerosis thing before, and it's just the thrill that you see people get. And it's not about the money. It's about making people happy. And I mean, the charity events, we do fundraisers here at Marshall like crazy.
Mhm.
We're very good partners with Marshall. It's just mainly things like that we try to
Mhm.
do. And I love doing, you know, we do churches and things like that because I mean, our faith is the most important thing
Mhm.
to us. So
Sure.
we're like throwing that out there too. So.
Nick Pennington is from Oak Hill, West Virginia. He is also a member of the local band Mountain Station.
You can follow Nick and Mountain Station on Facebook at Nicholas Pennington and facebook.com/Mountain Station Music.
Nick performs a single, different cover.
I stepped outside to see a little old man. He was digging around in the garbage can, trying to find him something to eat. The others passing by on this busy street, and my baby looked at me with a tear in her eye, paused for a minute and asked me why the folks passing by like they always do. It's just another man like digging you. Well, he probably worked hard and loved even harder. Could have been married and a son or daughter. A two-story house, drove a minivan. Had a little bit of money and a coffee can. Sit on a second row on Sunday morning. I don't know why folks have to ignore him. Why they can't just love one another. And don't judge a book 'cause it's a different cover. When Billy and Matty heard the news, the doctor said it'd be fine for a year or two. But when your little boy grows big and tall, it probably wouldn't fit in at all. They pointed and laughed as he went by. Never really could understand why. He's just the same as everybody else. He just needed a little more help. Well, he lives hard, but he loves even harder. Likes front porch sitting with his grandfather. Football games on Friday nights. Cheering and a ribbon and a rebel pride. Cowboy boots and a black t-shirt. It's what he wears when he goes to church. Shut him or not, I got news for you, brother. You don't judge a book 'cause there's a different cover. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A long time ago, man, the story was told. He walked the earth at 33 years old, from town to town and place to place. Nowadays, we don't even know his name. They calmed the waters and healed the blind. They pushed him away and said, you're wasting your time. Little did they know on that hill that he trod, this man would be the Lamb of God. Well, he died hard, but he loves even harder. Building a bridge between us and the Father. Now he's sitting up there on his right hand, making intercession for every man. Well, his love is precious, but brother, it's free. All expenses paid for you and me. All you gotta do is love one another. And don't judge a book 'cause it's a different cover.
We close our feature with the alternative rock band Torn in Two, interviewed by Sabrina Hurst.
Now, what kind of events do you usually participate in or perform at?
Well, for the past couple years, we've been given the opportunity of leading worship at youth retreats, and that's also kind of not stepped out of that role because, you know, it's good to go back to where you came from and definitely be rejuvenated and be a part of that community. But just in the past, I guess you could say year, when we put out our EP, No Turning Back, just about a year ago today, and we definitely turned more towards how can we get this to our peers, how can we get this to our generation, and that's when we started turning into a more alternative band, like you said earlier, and we started playing venues like our newest album coming out April 18th is going to be at the Milton Performing Arts Center. So, we went to more just, I guess you could say, secular and Christian venues.
Okay. What's your favorite part about performing?
Really, for me, it's just a way to express myself, and I think we all have a blast playing with each other. Just a fun way to hang out. We practice 2 or 3 times a week, and just playing a show really gives a lot of energy. So that's I think that's the best part about it.
I was gonna say it's rewarding too, because a lot of times you spend these long hours in practice and spend a weekend locked in a cabin writing music to get it done for the album, and you put all this work into it, and it's so rewarding to get your stuff out there, to get your music playing out there. When you have bands contacting you and wanting to play with you, and people from all over the country getting a chance to listen to the music that you worked so hard to perform, it's fun, but it's also really rewarding.
All right, definitely cool that you have the opportunity for other people to come in and play with you. As far as other groups, is there anyone that you kind of look up to or admire when writing your own?
Actually, the 2 primary songwriters are on the edges here, Adam and Blake. So not that we don't all put our own twist in. I mean, they present me with lyrics and a rough vocal line, and then I take it and make it my own. And they tell Hunter, here are the chords. They tell Luke, here are the chords, and they put their own riffs in there, and they put their own twist on the chord progressions in there. But as far as lyrically and just the overall flow of our songs, you need to talk to these 2. And Adam, what were some of your biggest influences growing up?
Okay. Well, I grew up listening to what would be, I guess, a little bit harder of music. I listened to bands like Avenged Sevenfold or like a 3 Days Grace, but I grew up playing classical music, so I had a really tough time kind of trying to put the 2 together, I guess. So a very tough time. I still have a tough time putting it together. Because, you've got, the Beethovens and Mozart and Tchaikovsky and whoever else you'd like to listen to. And then Avenged Sevenfold comes in and they're just kind of, rah, rah, there's like an explosion in your ears. And I don't know why. That was always just a wonderful sound to me. And I guess I kind of tried to combine the 2 as best I can. I'm still working on it.
Yeah, I'd say our main 2 influences are probably Skillet and Red. Just the way that they mix the rock with, like he said, some of the classical stuff and strings. We just really like the way that flows. So I think those are our 2 main influences.
It's actually kind of funny because all of us have such different musical backgrounds that we I don't think you could get a more diverse group of musical interests. I mean, because like Adam said, Avenged Sevenfold, that kind of stuff, and I'm a country guy. These guys don't like country, but I do.
I love country.
But see, Scott's with me. Yeah. But and I mean, there's such a wide variety of interests there, but it all just kind of comes together. I mean, when you got lyrics to work with, and you've got kind of everybody on the same page, because we do spend so much time together.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long for us to all get on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
So when you've got all that working together, it just kind of gels, and it's really cool.
Yeah. As far as songwriting, I just want to say this. It's been on my mind since we talked about them writing and how we bring it to practice. I heard this quote from Need to Breathe one time, and it said, "Writing can either feel like you're on the playground, and there's times where we will start writing a song, and I kid you not, 10 minutes later, we've got a song. And then there's times where, they said, it feels like you take it to the woodshed, and I mean, we will go at something for weeks and for months, and we're talking 10-hour sessions of just trying to smooth it out or trying to teach me the rhythm, and it's just oh my gosh, Scott, come on."
You can follow them on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at Torn in Two, or at their website, tornin2.net. Their first full-length album, Identity Crisis, is now available on iTunes.
Torn in Two performs their single, A Chance.
been crawling down the path after me, but there's a chance to live, a chance to come alive. I'm running faster now that I know it's my time. We lift our voice, it's time to begin. No turning back till we see the end. I want to know just who I am. I need to see you through this again. Whoa. We've got to break away. We know our chances now. We can't just sit and wait. We're rising from the ground. We lift our voice. It's time to begin. No turning back till we see the end. I want to know just who I am. I need to see you through this again. Whoa, whoa, through this again. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Thank you.
You can view the full performances by our featured guests on our YouTube channel. That's it for this edition of the Artist Corner.
You heard?